head is going to be facing. So if you can go off just basically by my direction, and then when you need it, kind of glance up to the camera to find out where you're at, and then we'll go from there. Nothing too tricky, nothing too outlandish. We're just doing a lot of movement, awareness, connection, because we are all a little bit traumatized every single day of our lives right now. So we want to be gentle with ourselves. So press right foot, left foot, a little bit like you're marching. Take your hands together, a little bend in the knees, and on the inhalation, reach your arms up. Lift your chin, lift your chest, lift your gaze. On your exhalation, fold forward nice and easy. Release your arms, tuck your chin, a little bit of bend in the knees. Wag your tail. The hands can either dangle, they can find the floor, they can find your opposite elbow. On your inhalation, come halfway up as you flatten, lift your heart, lift your chin, lift your chest. On your exhalation, bend your knees enough to plant your hands. Just walk all the way back, top of a push-up. Give yourself 2 breaths here. Push through your heels so you feel it in the calves. Tuck your tailbone just a little bit to engage the belly. Lift the chin as you press your heart away from the floor. And on your exhalation, lower your knees down. Lower halfway down, elbows nice and close to the ribs. And then all the way down until you're flat. Squeeze your legs together, point your toes. Press through your feet, your hips. Lift your chin, lift your chest, lift your hands. Elbows nice and close to the ribs as it wakens up the lower back. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. Hands come down, heart comes down, chin, chest comes down all the way to the floor. Soften here for a moment. Feel the weight of the body. And then inhale, come on up to table. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. This is where your blanket or your pillow could come in handy underneath the knees. Wag your tail a little from side to side. Inhale, belly drops, lift the heart, lift the chin, lift the chest. Keep wagging a little bit here. Exhale, round through the back, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. And let's try it again. Inhale, belly drops, lift the heart, lift the chin, lift the chest. And then exhale, round and squeeze. Roll over your toes. Lift your knees, lift your hips, down dog. So feet are about hips distance apart. Pedal feet and knees, wag your tail, shake your head, yes and no. You got 3 breaths here. So move in any way, shape, or form that supports you, your body, your energy. When you're ready, just walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, come halfway up as you flatten through the back. Lift the chin, lift the chest. Exhale, little bend in the knees, fold forward, release your arms, tuck your chin. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms reach up, lift the chin, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Swivel your palms open towards the front of the mat, and then press right foot, left foot. All right, everybody can hear me all right. Everybody can see me all right. Everybody's groovy. Nobody's hurt so far. So far, so good. All right. All right, let's do this again. Inhale, arms reach up, lift the chin, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, fold forward. None of this is really fast. Tuck the chin. Inhale, halfway up, flatten your back, lift your chest. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, walk, step, or gently float, top of a push-up. So you can do the same thing we did last time. You can lower to the knees, find the floor cobra, but your other option would be chaturanga. So either the first way or halfway down, up dog. So difference here, elbows are straight, thighs are off the ground, nice and long through the torso. On your exhalation, you can pause into table pose with another round or 2 of cat-cow, or you can roll over your toes, lift your hips, and move into down dog. Keep in mind, child's pose is there if you need it. Give yourself a couple rounds of breath. So if you're in table pose, cat-cow. If you're in down dog, you can find movement or stillness, whatever works for you. Give yourself some really deep, full breaths. And when you are ready, you can walk, you can step, or you can float, feet to hands. Inhaling, halfway up as you flatten through the back. Exhale, fold forward, tuck the chin, release the head. Feel the hamstrings, the glutes, the lower back. Inhale, come on up nice and slow, arms reach up. Let's continue to move. Right hand grabs left wrist. Exhale, side bend to the right. Press the left ribs out, weights in the heels, soften the toes. You can move the chin, right shoulder to left shoulder to release and soften the neck. And then inhale back to center, reach the arms, lift the gaze. Left hand grabs right wrist. Exhale, side bend to the left. Give yourself a moment to feel it all. Kind of giving ourselves a little inventory. Inhale back to center, lift the gaze, maybe a little back bend if you feel like you need it. And then exhale, fold forward with a lot of control, a lot of focus, and a lot of ease. Inhale halfway, flatten and lengthen. Exhale, bend, plant, walk, step, or float. Yogi's choice, knees, floor, cobra, or halfway down, up dog. Exhale, table or down dog. And 3 breaths. Again, we're just establishing the foundation of not only our practice, but the foundation of the rest of our night. So what do I need? Do I need veracity? Do I need ease? Do I need softness? Do I need to go slower, faster? Make sure that you are co-collaborating with your body. Nice. When you're ready, walk, step, or float, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway, a little bit of space in the spine as you lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward, tuck the chin, release the head. Inhale, all the way up to standing, arms reach up. We're going to stay here. Right hand grabs left wrist, side bend to the right. All right, so now we're going to get a little bit of detail. So bring the weight to your right foot, come onto your left toes, and walk your left leg behind your right leg. And then push down through the foot. Push the hip out just a little bit more. And on the inhalation, reach your arms up. Stay here and then hinge forward. Now this is going to get a little bit of sensation in that left hamstring. So if you can't get to the floor, hands can stay on the thigh, on the shin. If you can get to the floor, you can even walk a little to the right with the hands to really dive into that left hamstring. Can be quite intense. One more breath. If the hands are to the right, walk them back to center. Slowly bring yourself on up. You may need to squeeze your legs together to keep the balance. Arms reach up. Stay here, unwind the legs. Left hand grabs right wrist. Exhale, side bend to the left. All right, so same thing. So bring the weight to your left foot. Come onto your right toes and walk that right leg behind the left leg. And then push the sole of your right foot into the ground and squeeze your legs together. That right hip is pressing out a little bit more. And then inhale, arms reach up, lift the gaze. Nice and easy, fold forward. Once again, as if you just stepped into this body, find the sensation in the back of the right leg. So if you can't get down to the floor, this is where blocks would come in handy. Maybe if you have a big dog or if you have twins, you can use their heads. Right? Maybe not, I don't know. Walk your hands to the left. So oftentimes I just entertain myself. All right, if you're walking the hands to the left, walk them back to center. Very slowly, bring yourself all the way up. Arms reach up, squeeze the legs together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Unfold your legs, shake it out. Nice work. Pokey pokey if you want to. No extra for that. All right, bend and straighten the knees a bit. We're gonna do a really gentle seated chair pose. So bend the knees just a smidge. Ribs and belly drawing, tuck the tailbone, just extend your arms out in front of you to start with. So the weight's in the heels. So I like to do this little bounce to make sure I'm actually in the body. Once you're comfortable here, you could sink lower if you need to. You can reach your arms up if you like. You can even bring the hands together and press for some power in the outsides of the right shoulders. So once again, find the variation of the asana that works for you. One deep full breath. Inhale, knees straighten, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Once again, no rush. Release your arms, tuck your chin. Inhale halfway, flatten and lengthen. This time, bend the knees, plant the hands, just your right foot steps back. Warrior one, so swivel your back foot, heels are aligned, lift your torso on up, and then arms reach up. So get to your warrior one and settle in, meaning straighten your left knee, bend, rotate the hips, adjust your feet, soften the shoulders, and once you're comfortable here, bend the elbows, hands and elbows draw back. Lift the heart, lift the chin and chest. So we're opening up through the fronts of the shoulders. One more deep full breath. Lengthen through spine. Exhale, hands come all the way down and plant. Right foot steps forward. Inhale halfway, flatten and lengthen. Exhale, fold, tuck the chin, release the head. A breath here, this is an inversion. And then bend those knees again, back to your seated chair pose. So find it, bending and straightening the knees, sinking the hips, tucking the tailbone, engage the belly, relax the shoulders, lift the chin up just a bit. Awesome, you guys look great. Inhale, straighten your knees, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. You should be getting a little bit of heat now. Release your head, tuck your chin. Inhale, halfway up, flatten the back. Exhale, bend, plant, left foot steps back and swivel, ground down. Reach yourself on, up, warrior one. So once again, I don't expect you to step right into the pose. I want you to find it. And once you find your warrior one, square your shoulders. Left hip's drawing forward, left heel is drawn back. The right knee is bent, but it doesn't pass the ankle. The important part in warrior one is ribs and belly draw in, tailbone tucks. That'll get that left hip flexor. Elbows bend, triceps are parallel to the earth, hands and elbows draw back. Lift the heart, lift the chin. The movement here is if you're trying to squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another. That'll open up through the fronts of the shoulders. Hands come all the way down and plant. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, come halfway up as you flatten and lengthen. Exhale, fold. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. You can sway the hips, sway the torso, some softness in the arms. And then inhale, slowly come all the way up. Arms reach up, lift your chin and chest. Exhale, hands to heart center. Rotate the palms towards the front of your mat and press right foot, left foot as you wag just a bit. Nice. Take left hand to heart, right hand to belly. One of the things that we need to do more of is compassion and empathy for ourselves, especially being that we're being traumatized like we've never felt before. So a moment of gratitude that we are here with this body and a little loving kindness for ourselves. All right, so make sure that as we move through these asanas, we continually love ourselves, right? So try not to fix anything, try to feel. Hands come to heart center, little bend in the knees. Inhale, arms reach. Lift the chin, lift the chest, lift the gaze, maybe a back bend if you need it. Exhale, hands come through center. Release your arms, tuck your chin, soften into it. Inhale, halfway flatten, lengthen. Let's do the same thing. So bend the knees, plant the hands, right foot steps back, warrior one, come on up. This time, let's bend the elbows, hands and elbows draw back, and we're gonna interlace our fingers behind the back. Squeeze your shoulder blades, straighten the elbows, lift the heart. Keep in mind, this may be perfect right here, and if it is, stay. For a little bit more, hinge at the waist so the belly hovers over the left thigh, reach with the crown of the head, and if you still need more, Swivel the torso a little to the right. Drop your left shoulder inside that left knee as if you're trying to get the crown of the head to the floor and the knuckles towards the front of the mat. One deep full breath. If you are hinging forward, very slowly come all the way up. Release your arms, stretch them up nice and tall, and then twist to the right. Maybe widen the stance for your warrior two. So once again, I want you to move around a bit. Left knee is pressing out towards left pinky toe. You're rooting through the balls of the feet and the heels so the toes are fairly soft. Swivel your palms up and down. Let's do this. Take your right arm underneath your left arm. Right hand grabs left wrist or palm, or you can keep the hands to the shoulders. Elbows are up. Shoulders are down, and if you're in eagle arms, they come away from the face. Now bring your awareness to your legs. So I want you to sink low into that left knee, but it doesn't pass the ankle. Tuck your tailbone, squeeze your heels towards one another, so wake up the groins, and then lift those elbows up again. Draw the shoulders down, relax your jaw. Give yourself one deep full breath here. Nice. Unwind your arms. Back to warrior two. Swivel your palms up and down, but move your shoulders with the hands. Find that rotation that's really big. And then just drop your right arm down to your right leg so it dangles. Swivel your left palm up. Reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. So this is exalt warrior. We're not doing reverse warrior just yet. So with this extension with this left arm, shake out your right arm and then slide your right hand behind your back. If it's available, see if you can slide around your left hip bone or maybe even grab your left thigh. Now we're going to slide into our reverse warrior. So left arm slides over that left ear until you feel a little something in the left ribs. Left elbow bends, so you cradle your head. So the left hand finds like the right ear. Now you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another. Lift your chin up a little bit. Oh yeah, a whole lot going on there. Inhale, straighten your left knee. Lift your torso up. Keep your right hand behind your back, but extend your left arm out in front of you. Draw your right hip back and reach that left arm as far forward as you can. Now drop the left arm down so it either dangles, you could find the floor, you could find a block, you could find a medium size or small dog if you like, small child. Now press the right hand in the lower back or top right thigh and draw the right shoulder back as if you're trying to get the heart up towards the ceiling. Now you can even use the back of the left hand in that left leg for leverage. Once you get there, just reach your right arm straight on up. So you're stacking the shoulders, legs are strong, and if you're ambitious today, you can extend both arms up over your head. Ooh, that's a good one. Inhale, come on up. Woo. Hands to hips. Rotate the left toes so the outsides of the feet are parallel to the short ends of the mat. And then toe in a little bit more. So I want the heels to be out, toes to be in. You'll feel the muscles on the outsides of the shins. Thumbs towards your lower back. Squeeze your shoulder blades and elbows towards one another. Hips sink a little forward as you lift the heart. So think long spine. Even lift the chin so you can open up through the throat chakra. And then give yourself a little squeeze again of the shoulder blades and elbows. Think long neck. So elbows are drawing down towards the floor to create space between shoulders and ears. On the exhalation, draw your chin towards your chest, draw your hips back, and then hinge at the waist. Now I want you to stay halfway down so your back is flat like a table. Squeeze your elbows and shoulders towards one another, and then bring the hands down right underneath the shoulders. Take your left hand, scoot it right underneath your nose, And once again, your hand could be on a block, could be on the floor, could be on the fingertips. And then we're going to draw our right shoulder back as we reach our right arm up towards the ceiling. Now, when you get here, I want you to bring your attention to your left groin. So soften that part on the inside of the left leg as you twist. Options: right elbow bends, back of the hand finds the lower back, or left hand scoots to the right, maybe right ankle, shin, whatever you can grab a hold of. One more deep full breath. And then exhale, right hand comes all the way down. Scoot your feet a little bit closer towards one another, about an inch or so. And then bend your left knee, walk your hands to the left, and lower your hips down. So let's say your left hip bone is coming towards your left heel. All right, so right leg is straight, left hip can be higher off the ground or lower. And then I want you to play a little bit here. So the playing is torso can move front to back, side to side. You can press the elbow on the inside left thigh as you create space between the legs. You could add a twist. Right arm could reach up. Right elbow could bend, back of the hand could find lower back. And then if you're looking for a bind, you drop the left shoulder down and slide the left bicep around the left shin and search for those fingers. Ooh, yeah. A breath here. Exhale, let everything go. Hands come to the mat. Walk the hands back to center. Lift your hips up. And then once more, you're going to bring the hands to the hips, flatten the back, and then we're going to come all the way up. Heels in, toes out. Knees bend, hands slide all the way down towards the knees, and you're just going to move a little side to side. Weights again, heels and the balls of the feet, toes are pretty soft. Arms reach up, elbows bend. Hands and elbows draw back, and then the fingers towards the ears. And then you're going to take your right elbow and you're going to drop it towards your right hip or right thigh or right knee. It doesn't have to touch. In fact, I'd rather you have draw that left shoulder back as the right elbow drops, so you're nice and broad through the chest. Inhale, come on up. Left elbow towards left thigh, left knee, left hip, whatever variation is working. Right elbow is drawing back as you breathe into the right ribs. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, back to center. Right elbow towards right thigh. Inhale, come on up. Left elbow towards left thigh. Just awakening up side body. Inhale, back to center. Hands away from the ears, elbows still bent. Hands and elbows come together, squeeze forearms, squeeze elbows, lift the elbows up a smidge. Now straighten your knees, open up the elbows, hands to heart, rotate your toes towards the front of your mat, and then step that right foot forward. Woo, yeah, shake it out. Little wag of the tail. Everybody's cool? All right. Hands to heart center. Let's take care of the other side. Inhale, arms reach. Back bend if you need it. Exhale, fold. Tuck the chin, release the head, and soften. Inhale, halfway for some length in the spine into warrior one. So knees bend, hands plant, left foot steps back. Lift the torso on up. Find it. So bend and straighten the knee, soften the shoulders, know where you are. And when you're stable with legs, elbows bend, hands and elbows draw back. And then interlace the fingers behind the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, straighten the elbows, lift the heart. Now, tuck your tailbone, engage the belly. And then if you need more, once again, this may be right where you want to be. You can hinge forward so the belly hovers over the thigh. If your lower back is bothering you, this is not what you want to do. You can even go farther where that right shoulder drops inside the right knee so the crown of the head's coming towards the floor, maybe even the knuckles towards the front of the room. One deep full breath wherever you find yourself. If you are hinging forward, come on up. Release the hands. Reach them up nice and tall. Twist to your left. Open them up. Virabhadrasana 2. Swivel your palms up and down. Move your shoulders around. Make sure your stance is comfortable and strong. And then you're going to take your left arm underneath your right arm. Either grab your shoulders or left hand grabs right wrist or palm. All right, elbows up, shoulders down, hands come away from the face. Now let's bring the focus towards the legs. So right knee presses out towards right pinky toe. Tuck the tailbone, soften the toes, and draw your heels towards one another. Move the head to relax the neck. Elbows up a little, shoulders down a little. Give yourself a breath. Your focus is upper back right now. The legs are working, but we're trying to get that space between shoulder blades. Nice. Unwind your arms. Open them up nice and wide. Swivel your palms up and down again. Move the shoulders. And then drop that left arm down the leg. Give it a little shake. Swivel your right palm up. Reach towards the ceiling. This is for extension. So exalt warrior as you extend. Left arm slides behind the back. You can take the hands like in the waistband around your right hip or grab your right thigh as you invite the right knee out towards pinky toe. Right arm slides over the right ear. Ease into your reverse warrior. Can be a little intense with the arm behind the back. Then bend your right elbow. Cradle your head so your right hand finds the left ear. Your movement is your right elbow is going up. And as you squeeze your shoulder blades together, your right elbow draws back. So you can lift the chin a little. There's a lot going on here. Right ribs, shoulder blades, front of the heart. Inhale, straighten your right knee. Right arm extends out in front of you. Draw the left hip back. Find this extension first. And then just drop this right hand down. Doesn't matter how far it goes down. As you press the back of the hand and the inside of the right leg, draw your left shoulder back, lift the gaze. Slide that left arm straight on up. Stacking the shoulders. The gaze could be up or down, I'm okay, but as long as you're inviting the left hip, left shoulder back. For more, arms can reach up over your head. Give yourself a deep, full breath here. Inhale, come on up, hands to hips. Rotate your right toes so the outsides of the feet are parallel to the short ends of the mat. Thumbs again towards the lower back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Massage the muscles on each side of the spine. For all of you that like get a massage on a regular basis, like for me, I used to get a massage like once a month. I'm missing it. So we take care of ourselves. Lift the heart, lift the chin, chest, subtle back bend. Find the space within the spine and then chin towards chest. Draw the hips back, hinge forward, hands come down underneath the shoulders. Tuck the chin. Let's start with the crown of the head trying to come towards the floor. It may touch, it may not. All right, and then let's come up halfway. Right hand slides underneath the nose. Plant the hand or the fingertips or block. Draw your left shoulder back and reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. So once again, we're trying to stack the shoulders. Bring your awareness to your right groin. So soften that area as you twist. If you need more, left elbow can bend. Back of the hand can find the lower back. You can scoot your right hand to the left, maybe grab the left big toe or the ankle or the shin. One more deep full breath. Awesome. Exhale, left hand comes down. Walk your feet in just about an inch or so. And then right knee bends as you crab walk your hands to the right. Lower your right hip down. This is Skandasana, low lunge. Your options would be you're on your left heel or you're rooted into your left foot. Know that the rotation of the foot will give you a different sensation in the left leg. So it could be groin or it could be hamstring. From here, you can move the torso side to side. You can move around. You can bring the hands behind you. You can kind of do all these funky things. If you're needing more sensation, right elbow inside right thigh. You can add the twist. Left arm could reach up. Left elbow bends. Back of the hand finds lower back. And then for your bind, you drop your right shoulder down. Bicep comes around the right shin and search for the fingers. Keep in mind, you may be able to bind, but you may lose sensation that you really enjoy. So I can bind, I just don't care for it. I'd rather have my hands down and kind of move my torso around. So keep in mind that just because you can bind, it doesn't mean you have to. One more deep, full breath. See if you can soften in your pose. And if you have the bind, let it go. Hands come down, lift the hips up, come back to center, maybe widen the stance a bit. Tuck the chin again, crown of the head towards the floor. And then halfway up, hands to hips, flatten the back, lift the heart. Come all the way up. Heels in, toes out, knees bend. Hands slide down towards the thighs or knees, a little bit of movement. Awesome, arms reach up. Elbows bend, hands and elbows draw back. And, hands towards the ears, big circles with the elbows. And you're gonna go clockwise and counterclockwise. You're just gonna make sure those shoulders are malleable. And then when you're ready, bring the hands and the elbows together. Elbows up, and as they go up, it's harder to press the forearms, so that's kind of your focus. Elbows and forearms press. Straighten your knees. Open up the elbows, thumbs come towards the heart in prayer. Rotate your toes towards the front of the mat, and then step that foot forward. Open up the palms towards the front of your mat. Give your legs a little shake, a little wag of the tail. And then let's do a little balance pose. So we're gonna do tree pose. Your options would be find something that you can hold onto that's stable. So it could be a chair, it could be a table, could be a wall. I'd steer clear of the twins or a dog. They're probably not that stable. Left foot roots down. Come onto your right toe. So engage your left leg, maybe even a little bend in the left knee. Right foot finds either the calf, you can use the toes as a little kickstand, or the, you can go to the ankle, or the calf, or the inner thigh. The right knee opens up. The left leg presses into the right leg. The ribs in the belly draw and tuck the tailbone. Start to lengthen through the torso. So reach with the crown of your head. Hands come to heart center. This may be perfect. It feels really nice. Stay here. If you want a little bit more, you can start to extend your arms up towards the ceiling. Now that drishti or the gaze could be somewhere on the floor where you're just kind of easing that gaze, or you can swivel the chin up as you lift the gaze towards the ceiling. A breath or two here. Keep in mind your left quadricep is engaged. So if you have a locked left knee, make sure that left leg is strong. It's hard to balance with a locked knee and a soft quadricep. One more breath. Hands come to heart center. Straighten your right knee so your foot comes out in front of you. Lift the leg up a smidge. Now check out the bottom of my foot. This is called distraction technique. All right, right foot comes all the way down. Nice work. Roll under your left toes and roll the ankle around. Shake out the leg. Nice work. Wag the tail. When we wag the tail like this, it gives us a sense of our centeredness of our body. So we kind of give it all a little shake because we're lopsided when we do one side. So let's take care of the other side. Right foot roots down. Once again, you can find the wall or whatever supports you. Come onto your left toes. This is a chance to ignite your right leg. Left foot to ankle, calf, or inner thigh. And you don't have to do the exact same thing. So one side may require something that's different. All right, right leg presses into the left foot. Left knee opens, hip drops down. Start to straighten through the spine. So draw the belly in. Long neck, hands come to heart center. You may want to stay here. Keep in mind, you can do whatever you would like with your arms. You can swivel your palms up. You could interlace the fingers. You can extend the arms. You could interlace the fingers as you reach the palms up. So you can do whatever works for the shoulders and the arms. So it's always an option for the arms to extend. Obviously, the thing that we're really focusing on is the balance of the legs. When we fall out, because we all do, you give yourself a break and then you ease back into it. You may have to modify in some way, shape, or form. That right foot's going to be working, the right leg's going to be working. I find what tires out on me the fastest is the top, those little muscles on the tops of my feet and the ankle. That's what it seems like it works out for me. All right, hands to heart center. Extend your left foot out in front of you as the left knee straightens. Lift that leg on up. You don't have to look at the bottom of my foot. And then left foot comes down. Nice work. Roll on your right toes and take care of the right leg. So shake it out. Press right foot, left foot, little movement of the tail. Come to the front of your mat. Hands come to heart center. Let's move just a bit more. Inhale, arms reach up, lift the chin, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward, tuck the chin, release the head, soften. Inhale, halfway, flatten. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, walk, step, or float, all the way back, top of a push-up, chaturanga, or knees, floor, cobra. Yogi push-ups there if you need it. Exhale, eventually into down dog. So maybe that's table, then down dog, or maybe it's a child's pose for a moment in down dog. Find stillness or movement in your down dog. Long back of the legs. Soft neck, so shake the head. And then inhale, come into plank. Elbows lower down, forearm plank. Options. Hands could be in fists. Palms could be down, or you could interlace the fingers. Doesn't matter to me. What matters is tucking the tailbone, engaging the belly, and making sure the elbows are right underneath the shoulders. And the elbows are going to be like 90 degrees. Push through your heels, lift the chin, and then invite more space between your heart and the floor as you press down. Lower just your knees. Point your toes, press the tops of the feet down. Keep tucking the tailbone. You're going to be feeling a little bit of shaking, a little bit of heat, and very slowly lower the thighs, lower the hips, lower the lower ribs. Now pull your heart through your arms into Sphinx pose. So elbows are 90 degrees. Elbows are right underneath the shoulders, and the elbows are maybe a little bit closer than you think. Draw the heart through the arms and lengthen. So try to get like a long belly. Your head is fairly neutral, so you're not lifting with the chin. So think about lift with the heart. Legs are squeezing together, pointing the toes. This is a counter pose. So Sphinx pose is for lengthened belly. So draw the chin towards the chest. Lift your ribs, belly, your upper thighs off the ground. So the knees stay down. You're going to press the tops of the feet down. You're going to tuck your tailbone, and you're going to keep the chin like neutral. One deep full breath here. And then roll over your toes. Lift your knees back into forearm plank. This transition is hard into plank. So hands under your shoulders, lift yourself on up, and then just lift your hips down dog. Woo! Right leg lifts on up. Bend, open, and stack right hip on top of left hip. Gaze underneath your right arm. And on your exhalation, take your right shin forward for pigeon on the right side. So your right foot is in alignment with your left leg. Point your left toes and lengthen. Now, if you feel anything in your right knee, that's uncomfortable, slide a little something underneath the right hip. If you feel anything in your back knee, slide something underneath that back knee. Now, does anybody need an alternative? Just raise your hand. Everybody's good in this pose? The right knee's okay. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. That sensation in the right hip should be enough where nothing else matters other than that, right? So lower elbows down, soften, and what we're looking for is the pelvis to be square to the floor. How do we know that? It's these two hip bones right in front of the pelvis facing straight down. If you can't get these hip bones square to the floor, you're going to need to scoot your right shin back. If the sensation in the right hip is just not enough, well, then you scoot your right shin forward. And we're here for about a minute and a quarter. Why this is so important, why hips are so important, is because it does so much. One, it takes care of our physical body, right? We're usually, most of us are fairly tight in the hips, the glutes, the connection of the lower back down to the knees, groins, all these regions in the body are usually, they need a lot of attention. So if you're not doing much, if you're sitting at a desk, they become tight. If you are busy, they become strong, they become tight. So there's a lot of things that we're gonna do or not do that allows us to get a little bit tight. That's one. Secondly, it moves energy throughout the body. So when we are stressed, energetically, it moves into the hips, lower back in this region. So we're moving like kind of emotional garbage that we haven't processed. Lastly, which really is important right now, especially for the times that we're in, it helps us manage sensation that is unfamiliar or intense, right? And the world, the way it is right now, is nobody knows what's going on. So what that does is it invokes vulnerability, which nobody really likes being forced to be vulnerable. And that's what's going on right now. So we are all being traumatized. So knowing that, how can I learn how to manage these things that are rising volume? For one thing, what's nice is that we're all in it together, not just even like the US or not just men or women or of color, people of color. It's like the world is in this together. That is some salvation. It's like, okay, got it. We're all struggling. All right, hands under shoulders, gently lift yourself on up. Still in a hip opener, left knee bends. And with that left hand, without looking, see if you can reach back. If you can't grab it, don't force it. Drop to your right hip and then reach back for that left foot. Heel towards hip until you feel enough. This is quadricep. It's the left hip flexor. It's maybe all the way down to the knee. A breath or two here. Keep in mind, I don't want you to try to fix it. I just want you to feel some variation of the body. The breath is deep, it's free, it's soft, it's mindful. And then exhale, let it go. Roll over your left toes, lift that left knee, and then slowly extend your right leg all the way back up. Shake it out a bit. And then the right foot comes down when you're ready. And you're just gonna pedal feet, knees, wag your tail. And then once again, if down dog's feeling great, stay a little bit longer. When you are ready, left leg's gonna lift. You're gonna bend your left knee, stack left hip on top of right hip as you create space in that left hip flexor, the left ribs, left side body. On the exhalation, draw that left shin forward. As you plant it down, right knee drops. Keep in mind, left side, right side, probably different. So the first thing you do is make sure your left foot's in alignment with the right leg. So I don't want you to push it way out to the side or all the way underneath the body. So find that alignment, and then it's squaring the hip bones towards the floor. Then we scoot that shin forward or back to give us the sensation that we need. Elbows down and soften. There's always a little trick to this, is like move in a way that's the sensation is what I need. How do I know what I need? This is something that we have to explore, right? And how do we do that? Well, we find our edges. That means we go to the point where it feels like it's too much, and then we back off. So we kind of, and we do this very mindfully. So I kind of like, I ease towards it and like, oh, okay, that's really intense. And then I back off. And what happens is, what inevitably is like, we'll back off to the point where we're comfortable, because we're human and we want to be comfortable. The problem is that this pose is not meant to be comfortable, right? Shavasana, we'll be there in a minute. No, not literally a minute, like 15 or 10. We're working here. We're practicing. So what happens is, when we get comfortable, the mind feels like it can go anywhere it wants. Yeah, I gotta go grocery shopping. You can look around the room and you're like, I gotta vacuum, I gotta take care of this thing. Or you hear the kids in the background and you're like, I just wish they would shut up. Right? So when that mind wanders, or what my teacher would say, when the mind hops on the bus and goes down the road, then it's like an indication of, oh, I need to do a little bit more in my body. And then that kind of tethers us back into the moment. That's our practice. Not too much, not too little, and we keep vast. That sweet spot is a moving target. So we continue to kind of work that area. Last breath, soften. Nice. Hands under shoulders, gently lift your torso on up. Mindfully, right knee bends. This quadricep could show up very quickly and give you a little bit of a angry yell. So make sure you're knowing that sensation. Grab the foot, ankle, shin. If it's too much, drop to your left hip. Then play around with it. Find the spot, just like in our pigeon pose. You're finding the sensation where it's not too much, it's not too little. Like there's a question that I always want you to be asking: am I pushing or am I coasting? We're usually kind of like vacillating between these two. And how about this? I don't mind if you coast. I mind more if I find you pushing all the time. I don't necessarily need that. Coasting may be fine because maybe you had a busy day and you're like, enough. Right? So just mindfully know, like, oh, I'm coasting and I'm okay with it. Exhale, release the foot, roll over your right toes, lift your right knee, send your left leg back, three-legged dog, shake it out. Find yourself back into your down dog when you're ready. Pedal feet and knees, a little bit of movement. Maybe take a really big inhale through your nose, exhale out your mouth. Drop the knees, cross at your ankles, roll over your feet. Extend your legs out in front of you, give them a little shake. Take your hands into fists, a little tap. Thank you, legs, for supporting me all day long. Bend the knees, bring the feet to the floor, hands behind you. Move those knees a little side to side as you just let that lower back soften and surrender. Nice, lower your elbows down, find your way to your back, and then draw the thighs towards the belly, chest, a little squeeze. And then we're gonna do a gentle bridge pose. So feet down, press through your feet, lift your tailbone, your lower back, mid back, maybe upper back. For a little bit more, squeeze your shoulder blades together, interlace your fingers behind the hips, draw your chin towards your chest. You can come onto the toes. And if you're ambitious, you can lift one leg either straight towards the wall in front of you, or maybe up towards the ceiling. If you do lift a leg, give yourself enough time to switch. Keep breathing. Feel the length of spine, the openness of the belly, even the openness of the heart in front of the shoulders. And when you are ready, very slowly lower the heels, release the hands. and lower the hips. Windshield wiper legs side to side. When the lower back feels malleable and neutral, draw the knees towards the belly. Squeeze in, hands to the kneecaps. You can make big circles. Or if you need a little bit more, you're always welcome to come into happy baby. Arms reaching between the legs as you grab the bottoms of the feet. Ankles over knees. Separate the feet. Move a little bit from side to side. Keep playfulness into this pose. One of the things I think are essential in these times of uncertainty is add a little smile, a little humor, a little goofiness to get through it all. And when you are ready, Shavasana is waiting for you. So heels towards the corners of your mat. Use blankets, pillows, little eye bean bags to come over your face. So get yourself comfortable, supported. The movement is, you got options. You can bring the soles of the feet together if you want to address the groins, or you can just externally rotate the thighs so the feet fall open. Palms can swivel up, or maybe left hand to heart, right hand to belly. Draw the chin a little bit towards the chest. Take a nice big inhale through your nose, exhale out your mouth. One of the bonuses about being able to practice here is I have access to my gong. Now, some of my teachers, one of them is Thich Nhat Hanh. He's a Vietnamese Buddhist monk. They utilize chanting bowls and bells and gongs for the vibration to give us an energetic cleanse. And so I'm going to give you one of these as you're in Shavasana. So as you hear the ring of the gong, allow all of the energetic patterns that don't support you physically, emotionally, and energetically melt into the mat as you start to rest with the body. You deserve it. Soften fingers, toes. Relax the jaw, forehead. Soften the ears. Allow the breath to become a little bit more of a whisper. And for the next few minutes here, let everything go and just rest. Deserve it. As you bring your awareness to the stillness of your body, allow your breath to deepen. As you start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, rolling your wrists and ankles, and gently rocking your head from side to side. Extending your arms up over your head, stretch from your fingers all the way down to your toes, get really nice and long. And on your exhalation, just relax. A moment to acknowledge your body, that you made it to practice, the space you're in. And then gently draw the knees towards your belly as you wrap your arms around your legs and give yourself a little loving kindness. Right arm reaches up over your head, gently roll to your right side. And a moment here, a chance for us to start again, to have an open heart, open mind, to be malleable in the body, mindful of our needs as we take care of ourselves. Softly press the hands into the floor, bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Hands come together with a nice long spine, tuck the chin. Take a nice big inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Thank you guys so much for sharing your practice, your presence, your power. Have a beautiful night. Namaste. Nice work, yogis. All right.